Hello Collective, this is Danielle from the Alchemy of Awakening. Right, we're going to do a quick reading, and I always say quick reading, but it ends up being really long, but I really am going to try and do a quick one today. So we have, well, before I start, I woke up not long ago with a song in my mind, okay, playing in my mind, and the song was What's Up by Four Non-Blondes. 1993 song. It's a rock song, written and sung by Linda Perry. So this song is about being frustrated, and at shock at the way the world's become. Okay, wishing for a better world, a better surroundings. Maybe if it's not a better world, it's better surroundings within your own life. Okay, so that might mean something to someone. And I know some readers sing, but I'm not going to do that because I can't sing. Anyway, we have shocking news. So someone could be getting some shocking news, or you've already stumbled upon this shocking news. It might come through a message, you might see a post online, because if the person who's getting the shocking news, they're sitting down just on their phone. Could be an email, but maybe you might see something on social media. We've got ashamed and feeling guilty, feeling embarrassed, feeling that they're in the wrong. So this could be you, it could be someone else. I'm getting it someone else. There might be, this person might be in deep reflection about something that they've done, okay? They're finding it pretty hard to face up to whatever it is that they've done because they feel quite bad. Someone's getting readings, so yeah, going to a practitioner, getting professional reads, paying for readings. Now, if this is not you, this is someone else, and we do have love spell. So someone could be prying into your life. So the fact that they're going to the practitioners don't just do readings, they do other practices as well, like crystal ball reading, tea leaf reading, scrying, channeling. There's so many different things that people can do to have a sneaky little look. So maybe it's the fact that this person feels guilty about what they've been doing with the practitioner, because they're getting readings, spell work's been done, and they could potentially look spying into your future, looking at what you've got going on, or what you've got coming, or what you're currently doing, what you're focusing on. Excuse me. We've got pop the question, and we've got married as well. So this is either you that's married, or it's this person that's married, and maybe they feel ashamed because of the feelings that they're having for you. This could be an ex-partner, a connection that you cut away from, because we do have closing the cycle. This person potentially could have had multiple people in their life. They could have been messing with multiple people. Yeah, I'm getting that this person I'm getting that this person, you guys had a connection, and the connection come to an end for whatever, well, I say for whatever reason, but I do believe it's because of this. See all the fruit? Lots of fruit. So this person had multiple connections with multiple people. So I think it's this is the person that's married, that's getting readings and other other work done, like readings, love spells, spying. They're doing a lot of spying, and they're going to a female to get this done. I feel that's the person that's married, but they want to pop the question to you, okay? But for you, the cycle's closed. You're not interested in reconnecting with this person. This person could be thinking of you a lot, and you might be picking up on that by getting little pings in your head, like little, not so much full on headaches, but you could be just getting little pains here and there in the head. This is this person in deep thought about you. It's like a telepathic connection, okay? But normally with telepathic connection, you can read how someone feels about you. But this person is doing all this thinking, trying to establish this telepathic connection and getting nothing. That's why they're going to this practitioner and getting spell work and getting readings and spying into your future or your present life. They want to know what's going on. And the fact that they want to know what's going on in your life tells me that you guys have no contact at the moment, and that would be by your choice. So even though this person could be married, I feel like it would be a secret marriage to you. So the people around them know that they're married, but you don't. This is the type of person that they can't live free. Everything's got to be secret. Everything's got to be hidden, done in the dark, because to live in the light, if I was to just live normally, well, I say normally, but if I was to just live a regular life, in a regular life, you get married, everyone finds out about it, everyone knows that you're married, you meet people, you be like, oh, so have you got a wife, have you got kids, this person's the type of person that would have a wife and a child, but because they like the look of that person asking, they'll deny the wife and the child, or vice versa. So the person that's doing the spell work, the spying and the readings, although they're good at their craft, they're naughty, okay? So I don't believe that it's acceptable to spy into people's lives, okay? I think that without consent and going against your free will, because if you wanted people to know things, you would tell them. Do you understand what I mean? So if someone come to me and says, oh, I'll give you X amount of money, can you do a reading on this person for me? I'd say no, because the way I work with consent and free will. So if someone comes to me and says, oh, and I have been approached and I have been asked, can you read my partner? Can you read this? Can you read? And I've said, listen, with all due respect, for me, and this is me only, I'm not saying it's for everyone, but for me personally, I can't do that because I believe in karma. Okay? If you go against someone's free will or you go spying, because if you're going to get a reading on someone, right, the first thing for me, the universal law, is consent. Because if you don't have consent, then you're being sneaky behind that person's back. Because if it wasn't in the aspect of being sneaky, you would be able to just message them, phone them, or meet them and say, oh, what you got going on, what you doing, and they would tell you. The fact that you don't know gives you the inkling that they don't want you to know. So to go behind someone's back and get readings done, I'm not judging people for doing it, but me personally, I won't do it. And I said to my friend, and I've been asked by a work colleague as well, so I've been asked multiple times, it doesn't work like that. You can't just read people, but what I can do is if I read for you, and that energy pops up in your energy, then I can disclose. Do you understand? That's how I work. I read the person's energy that wants the reading, and what pops up in that person's energy, I can relay that information, because the energy being in that person's energy is classed as consent anyway. Whereas if someone comes to me and shows me a picture and says, oh, can you read this person for me? I'm like, no, I'm sorry, but I can't, because as I said, I believe in karma. So, but this person, sorry guys, I've got like coffee stain or tea stain on my hand, on my finger. So yeah, but this person, they will take the money and do the read. Okay. So for me, that, you know, with karma, that's going to blow up in their face. I think there was a point where you did want to fix the situation with this person. You would have wanted to just enjoy life with this person, just work together, work on the same page, have the same or similar goals. You know, I feel that in this connection, you just wanted respect on both sides, but it was quite one-sided respect. So I feel like it could have been this person could do what they want, and you had a rule book to comply with. We're on 11:33, sorry. This person could also be doing rituals with candles. But yeah, this cycle definitely closed between you two. As I said, at one point you did want to work on the connection and make it as strong as possible, you know. You want it to be like you wanted like the ride or die type of connection with this person. Like, you probably would have got in trouble for this person as a way of protection, you know, not in an evil intent, but as a way to protect the person. But I feel now you're not in that mindset anymore. I feel like you've had a bit of an awakening and realised, well, an awakening around this connection, and realised that this person wasn't very good for you. I feel like this person gaslit a lot as well, and kind of used manipulation tactics to keep you on side. But you know, guys, sometimes being in love can blind us a little bit, especially if we really want the connection to work. That's just how it is sometimes. So yeah, the person did have multiple connections, but now they're married. But even though now they're married, I still feel like they're probably not entangled with other connections, but they're certainly conversing with other people behind the spouse's back, whether that be their wife or their husband. They're still connecting, flirtatious connections, but they're not acting on those messages or those flirtations. Right, let's get some different cards. You feel like it's definitely too late now. You've definitely closed out this cycle. I feel that you could either be in another connection somewhere else, or you're just fully embracing being single and happy. Because some people can be single and miserable, and they feel like, oh, my life's not, I'm not going to be happy and at peace until I've got so and so in my life. Whereas other people, they can be happy on their own. You know, being on your own, being single is the perfect time to do all that self-love, self-healing, self-care, you know, boosting your own confidence, enjoying life, having fun with your friends, having good experiences. So everyone is different. If this person is not married, which I'm getting that they are quite strongly, this will be in the future. If you're in a connection, this could be in the future, that in the near future, that the person you're connecting with, they might pop the question. But I really feel with the pop the question card and the married card, I feel like the ex-person is the married person. They're secretly married to you, but they're not secretly married to everyone else around them. But they're still going to come in and maybe pop the question. And maybe the shocking news is that this person's going to come in and pop the question to you, but you're going to find out they're already married. But I don't feel that you're interested anyway. And I feel like it's shocking news as standard, but it's not shocking news to you. Like that, this action is not shocking to you. You could actually see this person doing this with pride and, you know, and not caring. Right, so we have conflict. Well, alright, so we've got conflict. Tensions and competitions are arising in your environment. While conflict may feel unsettling, it also inspires growth. Focus on collaboration and finding common ground. With clarity and purpose, you can turn challenges into progress. So, this might be some conflict arising from this past person, this ex-lover, this ex-connection. But I do feel that you'll be ready for the battle, okay? You're going to be ready for the battle, and I feel that if you stay grounded whilst in this conflict, you will be okay. You will win the battle, okay? Because if we have peace within our heart and soul, a lot of things that get brought towards us, yes, they're uncomfortable, but they're okay, they're doable. You know, you can see past the actions and see that they are like for instance, like say someone drops a plate of food on the floor, right? And you're gonna be like, oh, this is a bit inconvenient now, I've got no food, it's a whole lot of mess, I've got to clean it up. And someone who's not at peace is gonna react to that situation, get angry, get annoyed, feel like now they've got more work to do, they've got cleaning to do, they've got to cook more food. Whereas someone at peace with their self, peace in their soul, peace in their heart, peace in their mind, would think this is a bit inconvenient, you know, but it's teaching me a lesson, you know, maybe I should stay a little bit more aware when I'm walking around with a plate of food in my hand, pay attention to my surroundings, you know, lesson learned, and move on and just quickly just get something else. Like it's okay to experience shifting emotions, but it's not okay to sit in those emotions and sink on the ship of emotions. Like if something steals your peace, that's where the lesson is, right? And so yeah, it's same with clarity and purpose. You can turn challenges into progress. So that again, you're gonna learn from this conflict, okay? If you approach it in the correct manner. You do have the tools and the light and the conscious ability to fight this battle. I feel like you might have multiple people coming at you, and they're really just projecting, trying to dim your light a little bit. They might be projecting a fear of rejection, because if it's this person from the past connection, and you excuse me, and you reject them, then they're going to get in their feelings. The ego's going to be a bit bruised, a little bit battered, you know. So they're going to project from those feelings, and that's where this conflict could come from. But if you remain true to yourself and remain in your peace as much as you can, and identify a situation, like I was looking at something yesterday, it's called meta awareness, and it's when you're aware that you're aware. So like when you're thinking and you know that you're thinking, okay? So if you tackle this conflict, and you can think in that present moment, this is happening for a reason. It's like a test, right? And then you become aware that in that moment you're thinking about that moment. So you're thinking about thinking. You're aware that you've become aware of a situation. Do you understand? And my darling, that is high level intelligence, high level consciousness, because not everyone is capable of doing that. Some people on this earth will never experience being aware that they're aware, or thinking and knowing that, and being like thinking something and then thinking in the head like, I'm actually thinking about this. The thinking is questioning the thinking. So you tap into observer mode, which then proves that you're not your physical body, you're not your surroundings. They're all just experiences. Let's get another one. It's quite miserable and wet outside today. It's very cold. I wear a bonnet to protect my hair in sleep. When I sleep, I woke up this morning, had a wash, brushed my teeth. I thought, let me take the recycling outside. Went outside, bonnet flew off the head. I was like, great. Great stuff. Right, we've got persistence. So, persistence. Steady progress defines your journey. Your patience and diligence ensure long-term success, even when the path feels slow. So, patience and diligence ensures long-term success. So, this could be in the aspect of the previous card where we were talking about, being aware. Look at the conflict for what it is and notice that it's a lesson. That could be in reference to that. But we do have a man on a dark horse coming in, okay? So, this is telling me that when this person comes in, you need to stay diligent with this person, okay? You need to be aware that this person is a bit of a well, not a bit, I shouldn't say a bit, because that, makes it seem not that bad, but this person is a manipulator. They'll lie to get their own way. They play games. It's their happiness above all and everything. So you need to be aware of that. But if you take the guidance from the reading, it will ensure long-term success. It actually says it on the card. Your patience and diligence ensures long-term success, okay? Even when a path feels slow or stagnated, I always feel that stagnation it's not laziness, it's time to sit and reflect, to look at every area and see where you could use certain avenues in your life to progress further. Because when you're in a state of here and now, or presence, peace, like they say when you're meditating and you're in that peaceful zone, that peaceful space, that's when you get most of your creativity drops. So it's the same type of thing. When you're still present and aware, you can see clearer than when you're probably at the supermarket or at work and you've got all this chaos going around. The guidance and the messages that you might get naturally from being present and in the moment don't come through because there's too much chaos, there's too much interference, energetic interference or vibrational interference. It's not that you're not listening, it's just that we live in a world that's designed to keep us moving, like on the go all the time. So sometimes those messages can get lost or go unheard. If you are with a new person, I feel like you might have met this person in a bar, like you stumbled into a bar that was unplanned, and you met someone, they could have like quite curly hair, like not so much pronounced curls, prominent curls, but relaxed, like shaggy type curls. And it's not long down to the shoulders, it's quite short, but shaggy style, like not shaved to the head or anything like that. And you two might have had like an instant attraction for each other, but the instant attraction wasn't from the physical appearance, it was from an energetic sense. So you vibrated together, you was an energetic match. If that person's not in your life right now, it will be coming in. Around 26 minutes. Really trying to keep this reading under 30 minutes. Whether we succeed or not, we shall see. Right, we've got harmony. So, shoulders itching. Right, so harmony, a time of deep emotional fulfillment has arrived. Your relationships are thriving, bringing peace and joy. Celebrate the love and harmony you've cultivated. This is a moment of alignment and gratitude. Right, this could be right now with the person we were just talking about, or it could be something that's coming in the future. You're going to be very, this relationship is going to, like it says in the card, it's going to thrive. You're going to be very happy in this connection. There'll be a lot of joy. There's a lot of growth, self-growth, couple growth. You'll kind of like bounce off each other. You will always help point and guide each other to doing the right thing, not the cool thing, not the social thing, not the thing that's trending. It's always going to be what's right on a soul level. Like you're going to be like spirit guides to each other, not so much in the sense like as we have spirit guides in that sense, like on another realm, but in a sense of your spirit will guide each other. So you're going to be very good for each other. You're going to learn a lot from each other, and you are going to be that ride or die connection that you wanted previously, but not in that context. Do you understand? But the love connection here is not going to cause anything to make you ride or die, but just as that terminology implies tightness, together, unity, intertwined as one, that is literally what this connection is going to bring. You might have children with this person in the future if you've not got children already. If you have children already, they are going to get on with this person, they will like this person and they'll benefit from the connection. If you don't have children, this will be the children you'll have in the future, and I'm getting a little girl and a little boy, and not too far apart. You'll have one, and then 2 to 3 years later you'll have another. You are going to get wish fulfillment with this person. He's going to be a hard-working man, and he's going to be the provider. Okay, he's going to be a hard-working man. He's going to be the provider, where you can just you can just focus on being a mother, being a homebody, if that's what you want. Not that they're going to stop you from doing anything in life, but you are going to be happy and content to just be at home. Okay, so this is a very hard-working person. It's going to be a very trusting connection. You're not going to be worried at all. This is the type of person that will go away for a week on a business trip. I'm not saying they will, this is just an example. They'll go away for a week on a business trip, having to catch a plane to a different country or something, and you would not think anything negative, or you wouldn't get thoughts in your head like, oh, I wonder if that I wonder if it's not gonna happen, because on a soul level, you know that person loves you and they would never do anything to jeopardize that connection. Okay. And you will be in a state of gratitude, like this connection is going to bring you so much peace and so much love and so much vitality. You're going to sit there and think, what did I do to deserve this? And it's just going to really make you look at yourself and look at your life and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy, I'm so grateful for this, you know. Let's do one last one of this one, and then we'll move on to the starseed oracle. Oops. Oh, I've dropped a card. 2 seconds. Right, sorry about that, collective. It fell on the floor and flew across the room. Right, so we've got battle. So, tensions and miscommunication may leave you feeling isolated. Reflect on your approach and seek to rebuild trust. Sometimes walking away is the best path to peace. Choose your battles wisely. I do feel that this is in relation to this ex connection. You know, it might not be an ex, it could be just someone you was in a long term connection with. You might have not put a label on it or anything, but I do feel that, yeah, it was a love, it was an ex love. And again, we had the conflict card. You know, we spoke about that. If you need to rewind the video just to have a re-listen, absolutely do that. But I feel that this again is just saying, don't attend every party you're invited to, you know. Choose your battles wisely, and that's what that phrase means. I know party kind of implies drinking and going out and doing this, doing that, but don't attend every party you're invited to. You can decline invitations, and that goes for battles, arguments, conflicts, you know. So, and sometimes it's better. I always think you're a stronger person to walk away, because it's our ego that pushes us into these retaliation battle, like when you get like conflict or a battle, it's our ego that pushes us into reacting and stepping into that energetic connection. Whereas when you're aware, you can, when you've got a healthy ego, because we all need ego. I know there's a big push for kill the ego online and stuff, but that's ridiculous. We all need ego. But it's about having a healthy ego. And with a healthy ego, you can look at a situation and say, I understand this. I understand what's going on. I don't really want to take part in this. I don't want to step into this. It doesn't align with who I am right now. It's not for my highest good. I'm going to slip away. And you're absolutely fine to do that. I think it's best practices to protect your peace. And it's saying here to reflect on your approach and seek to rebuild trust. So this past connection might have caused you to distrust a lot of people. And just in general, the things that you've experienced in life or the experiences you've had with people, whether that be love connections, friend connections, or family connections, could have taught you to not trust. But excuse me, but not everyone is untrustworthy. Okay. Sometimes we align with untrustworthy people because we have lessons to learn, and until we learn those lessons, we will keep getting sent those same people in different bodies to test us. Okay. And once you've learned the lesson, which I feel you have, because you've got this amazing person coming in, if you're not already with them, and to get that person, you have to align with that person's vibration, with that person's energetic frequency. So, you know, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. And obviously I said a man, but it can be vice versa. You know, just depends who the listener is in the collective. If you're a man, it'll be a woman. If it's a woman, it's a man. But if you're in the same sex relationships, it could be the same gender. So You have had conflict in the past from other people. You've been hurt numerous amounts of times, and it might have hurt a lot in that time. But I feel that you took a lot of wisdom from these situations in your healing process. You could look at things from a different perspective. Okay, maybe maybe you understood that people was hurting you from their own wounds, from their own unhealed wounds. Okay, so they was treating you unfairly or unjustly because they were still hurting, and that's their ego. Do you know, sometimes when people go through negative things or harsh things, evil things, traumatic things, sometimes there's two ways that can go. You can either heal yourself and still remain true to your heart space and your soul's blueprint, or your ego can run things, run the show, and you'll have that mentality of, well, it was done to me, so if it was done to me, I can do it to other people. I don't feel that that's you. I feel like you're the first, where you, excuse me, you can reflect, you can look at things from multiple lenses and fathom that not everything that happens to us has to change who we are. We can still remain true to ourselves, and again, true to that soul blueprint. Everyone has a soul blueprint, and I feel that the soul blueprint is unconditional love. So even though someone might have hurt you, and at the time it hurts, and you might think like negative things about that person, but after you've healed and sat in reflection and sat and thought about all the different things surrounding that situation, you can give compassion to the person, you know? So you wouldn't wish revenge, you wouldn't wish harm or anything like that. I feel that that's definitely you. So let's get some starting cards. I do read from the book, guys, on this, the guide book, because they only have little inserts of wording on the cards. It's this deck, okay? Which I do love this. My daughter bought me this one some years back. I think it was about 6 years ago, maybe. Right. I had, so last night when I was asleep, I woke up so many times, it was ridiculous. And I kept waking up for the same thing, which is to use the toilet, which made no sense, because I wasn't drinking that much fluid or liquid to be needing the toilet that much. And I definitely knew that something was going on. And I had some wild dreams. I had about 4 or 5 different dreams. And then when I woke up, I had that song in my head, and I thought, right, I need to do a reading. So my sleep was quite disturbed last night, but I still feel quite rested though. Right, so let's have a look. We have portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards and wild card. Wild card, right. Let's get into the book. You could be, see, when this card comes out, I always think spiritual person because it's portal. And portals ain't no joke. You've got to have a certain level of spiritual energy to even see a portal. You might see them in dreams. Right, let's have a look then. So we have the heart. No, this is the wrong one. What am I doing? It is portal, but I've gone to the heart. Right, now I've got the right one. So portal. It's just popped into my head. Someone might have a triangle tattoo on them. Okay, that might be relevant for someone. Right, so doors are opening. You decide rewards and wildcard. Doors are opening for you. Your thoughts are extra powerful right now. Planets are aligning. The timing is right. The universe is saying yes. You have the Midas touch. Your hard work is being rewarded. This is a time when you reap the rewards for the efforts made in the past. It's also a time when you can achieve a lot. Great leaps can be made. Extreme transformation can occur. Great distances can be travelled in a short space of time. You're swimming in the cosmic current of life. What experience would you like to have? What do you want to create? What new adventure would you like to manifest? Don't lose focus. Use this moment in time wisely. Be conscious and clear with your emotions and thinking. Projects that you've been working on are coming to fruition. Things are in full bloom. It's time to take your harvest and taste your well-earned fruits. When this card comes up in a spread, it's a sure sign that effortless change is possible. If you have been looking for a sign, this is your portal into the new reality. Now is the time to make big changes. If you've been guided to switch things up, you're extremely well supported right now. Use this energy and jump right in. So, it's calling for you to be mindful of your thoughts, really, because you are a strong manifester. The doors are open. All you've got to do is walk through them. That's the type of guidance I'm getting from this one. You might want to look into getting, if you're confused about what you should be doing, and we've all been there. If you're confused about what you should be doing or what path to take, I would highly recommend getting a Akashic record reading because they're so good. Or you can book in with a shaman and have a astrology reading, and all of those are very good. I actually had a session with the shaman. I think it's like just over a week ago. Well, coming up to 2 weeks ago. It was so good. It was so good. I could feel him scanning my body. And how to explain the feeling. I was lying down, and we'd got crystals and whatever. We'd both chosen crystals that we was going to work with prior to the session, and I'd used a chunky rose quartz crystal, and he actually said it was his favourite. Anyway, he tapped in to do a scan on my body, and have you ever seen on films where either the military or some submarine type thing has got like that screen that it's like a screen and it's got like a green circle on it, and then you can see the scanner going around and it's like beep beep beep. I felt that type of scan on my body. It was so weird, but it was so good as well, because a lot of people book healing sessions or book shamans and other things or whatever, and they pay all this money and then like, I didn't really feel anything. But that's because that person might have a block or a bit of disbelief, like the belief in those things might not be as tight as they should be. But I definitely felt that scan, and it was so cool. And then he picked up some stagnation in my sacral chakra, and we worked on that. And he was citing Magdalene and Sophia segments, and it was just, and I'll tell you something, when he finished, I felt so good. Sorry guys, my phone is ringing. We're not going to do that. Sorry guys. So yeah, and when he finished, when he was actively doing it, I could feel like a little pulling pain, like a jab of pain in that sacral area. And when he'd finished, oh, let me tell you, I felt so good. I felt so good. I felt like I was on cloud nine. Anyway, let's get another card. I'm going to just take this one out because I don't want to pull the same card. you could as well be, like, they're saying the door's open and this is you walking through this portal. And I've seen Akashic records, and that is what it looks like. Not so much that exact shape, it's more like a dome, like an iridescent dome. It's giving the same. But yeah, there's a portal open and you can walk straight into it. And that's how easy your timeline jumping can be. Right. Oh, this is cool. Right, so we have star ancestors and we have Egyptians on this. Sorry guys, I'm just looking. Oh, I've got it. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Star ancestors I'm looking for. Right. There's a lot of Egyptian. It's a very Egyptian style card. Right. Some of you may have Anubis as a protector. Now, Anubis is not on the card, is he? No, it was just a drop. Okay, so yeah, some of you might have Anubis on the card, might have Anubis as a protector or a guide in the dream state, okay? He's not on the card, but I heard it in my head, so. Right, so, star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. The ancients knew much more than we do about our connection with the stars. The pyramids, temples, and other places of worship created in precise alignment with the stars exist in all corners of the world. What if this ancient wisdom is available for you to uncover now? You're being called to think and listen with your ancient heart and soul, to tap into the part of you that remembers and knows. All ancient secrets are whispered forever in your ears. All mystic knowing blooms in your heart. All potent power pumps through your veins. You're being invited. Oh, sorry, collective. You're being invited to step into your ancient knowingness, to be held by the rememberings of the star ancestors, to look a little deeper. If you're feeling stuck, you're being called to do something different, to change your point of view. Creativity happens when we put together two things that don't belong, when we do the unexpected. So often a creative solution is right in front of us, but because we think the same thoughts and act the same way, we miss what's in the open. You're here to remember and uncover ancient secrets and transmissions, technology and wisdom that are so needed on the planet right now to unlock your soul's memories of a time when we lived in harmony on Earth, and one day will again. So the little affirmation that you can say here: I'm ready to remember ancient mysteries and secrets from deep within. So, you are definitely guided by Anubis. He's literally missing from the card, okay? Oh, come on. Struggling to pick these up. You might feel called to visit Egypt as well. That might resonate for someone. Right guys, I'm going to call it a day on this reading, okay? Because it's 50 minutes and I was really trying to keep it at 30, but never mind. It's been a pleasure to read with you guys. Again, drop it in the comments if it resonates. I hope you like the reading. Remember to take what resonates as well and just leave the rest. If you have to force anything or force things to fit or you get any kind of fear, then it's most likely not for you. Okay guys, take care. I hope you have a beautiful day and we'll catch up soon. Bye bye.